Tweet, tweet, tweet. Hi guys. Happy Friday. No, Thursday. I lied, it's Thursday. Happy Thursday, friends. If you are watching this part, you are probably watching the replay. And I hope you stick around to the end and let me know that you did watch the replay. My name is Cynthia. I'm the owner of the Old Rusty Shed. And today we're going to be making a simple little shelf sitter with one of our birds that we have in our shop and possibly one of the tags. So when you come on in, say hello, let me know that you're watching, and make sure you heart that button so that I know that you were here. All right, let me pull this up some. All right, first of all, we are all good here in northern Indiana. The storm to me last night was just like a typical like thunderstorm. But I know several parts of Indiana, Tennessee, Arkansas, all of them, tragedy, awful stuff. So we are going to be keeping them in our prayers, and I hope that you join alongside me. If you are in one of those areas and you are one of my followers, will you please just comment and let us know that you are okay? Because that stuff is just, it's not fun. So, as you all know. So I'm going to be doing a little shelf sitter, and it's going to be one of my giveaways in my Whatnot sale. So I hope that you all will join me over in Whatnot, and I'm going to be using some of my buttons as a lift for him, I think. I think. So when you come on in, say hello. I think my camera's way close, but I think it's just going to have to do for today. So I didn't usually I prop my camera up higher and back more, but it's all gonna be okay. All right, let me grab, I didn't grab my paintbrushes or my water. That's not good. Hold please. Most of you are still coming on, so it'll be okay. I'm just grabbing my water. It was sitting in my bathroom. I had rinsed out my cup. Hi, Maggie. And I forgot to bring it back. So here I am. Hi, guys. I figure, you know, by the time most of you get on, I'll be back anyways. Okay. So we're going to be using this for sure. This is a piece of wood that I used in one of my Christmas kits, and it has that raw side on there. There's nothing you can do about it except cut it off or sand it a little. So I'm going to sand it a little, but I don't mind that raw side. The only thing that I do mind is splinters. So I'm going to sand this real quick. That way when I paint it, it'll be all nice and pretty. All right, let's get this out. So I'm going to paint this green underneath, and this is going to be Spanish moss. Y'all know I love that color of green. And then I think we're going to candle wax over it, and then we're going to do white on top of it. That's my plan. So all right, let me open this and do that. And my brush is way too wet. Oh, this is way too wet, y'all. Let me get some more paint. I must have not dried it. Well, fiddlesticks. That's all right. We'll just go over it twice. This is chalk paint in the color Spanish Moss by Folk Art. And I didn't dry my brush. I cleaned out my coffee mug. This is what I use for my water. It's a little mug, has a kitty on it. My oldest son got that for me when he went on a trip. And I just decided one day it was going to be my mug that I use when I paint. So, all right, let's go over this. Like I said, this is way watered down because I have water in my brush because I didn't dry them. But that's okay. We'll go over this a couple times. But the theme today is the color green. We're going to be using green paint, green and white. There's a little bit left I have of that printable. So we're gonna be doing that. I should dry the top before I even attempt the sides. That's what I should do. I should also have a piece of paper over here. I had a piece of paper, where'd it go? Because y'all know I will get paint all over my desk. Oh. Now I'm good. All right, let's do this side. So what I'm making is shelf center, and this will be another giveaway in my Whatnot sale. So if you are not already on Whatnot, if you sign up with my link, Whatnot will give you a $15 credit to spend at my show. So comment Whatnot, the word Whatnot, and I will give you the link. But we're gonna have 2 giveaways during the show, and this is one of them, so. And the giveaways are not just for buyers. I think you can do that on Whatnot, but mine are just, as long as you follow, I do the giveaways. We're gonna paint all the sides at least twice, and I'm also going to probably do the back because this will be a giveaway, and I think I wanna do the back. I've got to order more of this, you guys. All right. Just like that. Sometimes this color reminds me of Oscar the Grouch. Although I think he's more of a shiny green, but. So this is like the rough side of the wood, and I should have had John cut this piece off, but yeah, you know, it's okay. You know, it's gonna be all grungy anyways, so that part really doesn't matter. And then we gotta do this end. Then I'll dry it and we'll do a second coat. Okay, that's a very rough edge, but if y'all know me, I like it when it's not perfect, so I'm okay with that. All right, ooh, there goes my hair. Right in my... I feel like sometimes I should tie my hair back when I craft. It's gonna take a while for this to dry, if you can see. See how ripply that is. Should dry pretty quickly with this, but you know, it's a lot of paint on there. Okay, and now let's continue. And I'm gonna do the sides again because I definitely want those all covered up. I think this wood is, if I remember correctly, hubby said it was a 1x2 or 1x4. I can't remember then. But sometimes in my kits for the Christmas, you'll get something with this. So I think the first one I did, it had a snowman saying, if I remember correctly. But the kits for Christmas are always different. They're always Christmas themed. And from what I can tell, y'all are really liking them, so. All right, just like like that. I'm going to dry my edge, and then we'll do the top, and then I'm also going to do the back. Oh. I just remembered I don't have my scraper anymore. So I don't know what I'm going to use to scrape this off, but I don't know. We'll figure out. I used to have a cutting knife in here, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what I did with it. I think I gave it back to hubby, which makes no sense. I mean, it was his. Maybe he used it for something. Just want to make sure that's all dry. I don't think I have it in here. No, I don't. But we'll find something to scrape it with. Okay, now let's do the top again, and then we'll do the back side. I think. Let me see. Yeah, we'll do the back side. Hold on. Okay, just making sure it wasn't a delivery. Sounded like a UPS truck or Amazon truck. Maybe I do need a little bit of water on that. You know, chalk paint gets dry after a while. Okay, just like that. All right, let me dry this, and then we will do the back side. Sorry guys, my nose. And you can always decorate both sides of these. I've done that before where I've decorated both sides of the wood block. Especially if you have it like in the middle of something or on a shelf, maybe not so much because the back side's up against something, but I don't know if people do tier trays still, but you could always do both sides with that. And our bird bundle comes with, I forget how many birds. Quite a few birds, and I chose this one, so we're going to be using this little guy. And he does have a wing, but I don't know if I'm going to use the wing or not, because I want to use a tag, so I haven't decided yet. Did I even get my, no, I forgot to grab my fabric. So I literally just got off work and hopped on. Okay, let's grab some of this yummy right here. Now this is my back side. I don't care so much if it's perfect, but since it's coming to one of y'all on my Whatnot show, I do want it to look kind of decent. So, and then you can always make something on the back side if you want to. So if you use a little bit of water, it kind of almost acts like a stain. Y'all know I used to stain a lot with baby wipes or Clorox wipes, but I haven't bought baby wipes in a while and I keep forgetting. But you can water down paint and do the same thing with your brush. The only thing is that you'd have to have something to wipe it off with if you wanted it to look more stained than what I am doing right here. But since this is the back side, we'll have it look super cute. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to dry it. So there's our back side, so you can kind of see it. And this is the front side where we did double on there. We did 2 coats. Okay, so that part's done for right now. Now, the next step is our bird. So like I said, our bird kit, I'll grab all of them because I need to put them back in there. But our bird kit comes with all these birds, and it comes with a couple of wings. So not every bird has wings. And you can pick and choose what bird you want to use what wings on. I think there's 4 wings, yes. But there's these cute little chunky birds, and that one's just like that one. There's a cardinal in there. Sorry, cardinal in there. Another one of these chunky birds. This one's like the back of the bird. We have another cardinal that sits like that. We have 2 crows. We have one like this and one like this. And another, I call this like a Tweety songbird. But we're going to be using, oh, I put here. So it comes with 5 wings, but I don't think I'm going to be using a wing. Oops. I think I'm going to use the tag. But I left the wing out just in case. But the wings aren't specific to each bird. You can use whatever way that you want. So, but for now, this bird, so this was that free printable that I have on my website that I used the other day. And I'm going to be doing white. Whenever you use a printable, you should always paint your surface a light color. Unless you printed something dark. If you printed something super dark, then, you know, you can use a dark color, but mine's pretty light. So, I'm going to use this brush for the white. And I'm just going to go and, you guys, I didn't dry these brushes, and they're soaking wet, so hold on. I forgot to do that after I washed it. Usually I do, but I forgot. I just kind of set them in there and they continue to stay really wet. Okay, so I'm going to paint this white. You don't have to do 2 coats under it if you don't want to. I'm going to. But like I said, it makes a nice base for when you put your printable on top of it. And now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever uploaded this printable. I'll have to look. I know I have quite a few on there. And if you are wanting any of the spring ones, make sure you grab them. They're on my website, theoldrustyshed.com, and they're under free printables. They're free for you to use in your projects. You do have to check out, just like if you were buying it, but it will not charge you. Okay. And let me continue on. Doing this side. Like I said, we are going to decoupage paper over this, but he needs background color. Okay, there we go. I think that's good for now. That's good. I'm going to put this in the water. We are going to use the white again when we go back over our board. I still have not decided about my wing. We'll see. I really wanted to put a tag on here, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so just like that, and we painted that little birdie white. Okay, put my lid back on. Now, let's Mod Podge. So this is the only piece that I have left, so I'm gonna kind of finagle it on there, which means my design's gonna be going this way instead of up and down. But I decided that I was okay with that because I didn't want to waste the paper. I didn't want to reprint. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna do it that way, and it's fine. I probably should have sanded this. Sanding will help because I see a few little like bumpity bumps in it, but you know what? I don't mind bumpity bumps, so we're just gonna go ahead and not sand, but sanding does help. It'll help give it a smooth area to go onto. Especially if you're like me and you have bumpity bumps in it. Really trying to get it pushed out to the edges. That seems to be where I lack on putting my Mod Podge a lot of times. And then I have to go back and put more Mod Podge, and that's okay, but okay. Now I do have to get this on there right because it's very limited. Is this the way I just did it? I think so. Did that go out to the tail? Barely. I probably should have moved it over a little bit more, but that's okay. But that bird just fits perfectly right there. Now I'm gonna set that to the side and I'm gonna just squish this out. And I gotta grab my sandpaper here in a second. Didn't I? Here, I thought I brought it out. Okay. I'm just gonna go over it. Make sure it's down. I'm going to dry it a little before I sand it. That always helps. It helps too when you don't burn your hand. Those heat tools are, whew, it's an embossing tool is what it is. From when I used to scrapbook. All right. And then we just take our sanding block and go around the edge. I know a lot of you know how to do this, but you know what? I get new people on here all the time, and not everybody knows how to do all the things. I know I didn't know how to do this until somebody showed me. And I actually learned this back when I was scrapbooking and we did it on our pages. And now a lot of us have just moved on to wood and are doing the same techniques. There we go. And there we go. Look at that sweet little bird. Tweet, tweet. Okay, this is definitely done unless I do something tiny on here, but I don't think I need to. Okay, I'll move that for a second. I think that's good. Everything's down, all right. I don't need that Mod Podge brush anymore. Okay. So this Tweety bird is gonna go on here. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, now I'm going to get my candle as soon as I find out what I did with it. I literally just set it. Oh, here it is. Okay. And then I don't have my scraper, so I need to figure out what I'm going to scrape with. Oh, I'll use this. So this is just like from the Dollar Tree putty knife section. And I'm just going to use that because I used to have a palette knife, not a palette knife, I forgot what it's called, but it was metal and it worked really well, but it's okay. I don't like doing this method, but I haven't done it in a while, so I say let's do it. And that's just where you go over it, and you guys know wherever the candle wax is, the paint will not stick as much. Now, what I have learned in doing this method is it still will stick. It definitely will. But it gives you a nice chippy, you know, look, and most of us have those little candles anyways. So, all right, let me get my brush back out, and we're going to get our white back over here. And this is going to be my background. But I'm going to scrape it with this tool. I used to have a putty knife. That's what it was called. I used to have a metal putty knife, and I don't know what I did with it. No clue. Oh, not that. White. And now I'm just going to paint over it with white. I feel like I should do more candle wax. Because candle wax, you guys, it's not like... You know, sometimes it works really well and sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know the rhyme or reason behind it. I don't know that anybody does. But I'm just going to do the top. That's kind of the gist of it. Is that, you know, if you guys ever painted Easter eggs as kids with those paws kits, they always came with a wax crayon, right? And you'd write your name or whatever, if you did that. And it's kind of the same concept with the candle. It's just to resist the paint. But it's not 100%. So, I mean, there'll be some, I think sometimes it doesn't do as well, and then other times it does great. There's the crackle method. That would look pretty on here too, but I just hadn't used the candle in a while. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of gives it a chippy effect. Okay. And then I'm going to go over it again. I should dry it a little bit. That's okay. And you're not supposed to like try and move all the wax and, you know, but you're crafting, you're painting. It's going to move. I would say candle wax is definitely one of those mediums where you don't know what you're going to get, and you may not like it or you may love it. But it's definitely just another texture on there, right? Okay, I think that's good for now. I know I'm going to use this again, so let me dry it. And if I wasn't live, you could always just set this somewhere and let it dry. A lot of the girls crafting have moved away from the candle because you can get the same effect using, you know, the palette knife, which will, you know, do that too. But I was like, I have this broken candle. I'm like, how do I use it? And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the sides. So, it's funny, I can already see it like crackling, which is not the effect that it was supposed to do. But it's crackling with candle under it. Now that's strange. Look, you guys, it's crackling. I'm telling you, you never know what's going to happen. You never know. That's with candle wax. Well, I guess we're doing crackle after all. That's funny. It's going to be crackly and scrapey. Look at that, you guys. I didn't even crackle. I mean, I didn't put glue. That's strange, but I like it. That was hot. If you do hold it too close, it'll get real bubbly, and I'll do that sometimes because I like the paint to look bubbly. That's strange, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, and I'm not crackling, so my sides are green, and I'm just gonna kind of go over them because I don't want it to look bright green and then we have this top with white. Just a little. That's interesting that it did that. Crafting is fun, y'all. It's so fun. It's serious. So I hardly have any paint on my brush, and I'm just going over the edges. So that way it's not just, you know, stark green. The back will be, but that's okay. You won't see the back. That is definitely interesting. I have never seen that happen with chalk. I mean, with candle wax. Maybe it's the chalk paint. Because usually I was using acrylics. I don't know, but look. I'm probably going to use that again. I shouldn't have stuck that in there. So, okay. Let me dry it a little bit more. And then we'll scrape here and there and see how it comes out. We're definitely going to sand. Because we want that edge to show that white. That's interesting, you guys. I have never had this happen. And then you just take your scraper. Now, I don't want to scrape because it's all crackly. But I do want that green to come through. So we're just going to play around, I guess. Guess that's what we're going to do. I got a little bit of time before I have to be off here, so we'll just play around a little. I bet if I tried to repeat this, it wouldn't do it. And this is just plastic. A metal one might scrape better. The sandpaper would probably even scrape it off better. But I'm just kind of playing, y'all. You can tell it's thick where I went over it a few times. But I do want that green to come through. Definitely. But I know other people use chalk paint and candle and it didn't do that. So I don't know why it crackled. Maybe it got confused like I did. Okay. I think that's good. So there's a good amount of green coming through. So it looks like old wood. Okay. Hold on, because I gotta dump this on the floor. I have to have a clean area to work. And I will vacuum that up. Oh, I like that. Look at that. I like it. So I got some on the back, but that's okay. All right. So our bird's going to go on there, and oh, it's going to look cute. Oh, it's going to look cute. Okay. So I think we're good. I am going to go over the edges just a few more times because I want that green just show on that edge. That's interesting. I've never had that happen, y'all. Never, never. Never say never, right? Okay. Ooh. Huh. It's really pretty, though. I like how it turned out. Okay. So I don't think we need our white anymore. Unless, So I still have my wing. And I think the wing's supposed to go this way, but I don't think it matters with birds. But see, I have this cute little tag. So I may not put the wing. I have these. We have buttons in our shop too, but I'm going to be using them to put under my bird because I want my bird lifted off of there. So we're going to be doing that. All right, let's do this next thing. So I want to put a top on here, and I got these at, I don't even know, probably Michael's or Hobby Lobby a long time ago. And it's just going to kind of be like a little thing to hold on to up here at the top. but I want to paint that this dark color, and I want to like kind of stain it, I guess. Is that the word I'm looking for? And guys, if you're commenting, I'm sorry, because Facebook is not showing me comments. If you're not commenting, make sure you say hello. But Facebook is being, well, you know, if you watch lives or you do lives, it's being interesting. So I don't have a baby wipe. So what I'm going to do is, this is just those little, I don't know what they're called. They're little beads. And I'm just going to take a little bit of brown paint and a whole lot of water, because I want this to like be stained darker, but I don't think I want to paint it. We'll see when I'm done. If when I'm done I don't like it, we can paint it. And my hands are going to get all nice and yucky, so that's fine. But I want it a darker. I don't want it the light brown that it is. Okay. And I'm going to use my drying rag. Kind of just go over it. It'll be all nice and different colors. Just like that. So it first looked like these, and now it looks like this. Just by basically staining it. So, all right. I do want to put, though, in the top some brown, because I don't want you to see that it's a light color in there. Whichever way I decide the top is going to be. Okay. All right. Let me dry that again. And then this can just sit there and dry while we create the rest of it. Okay. Next, let's do this one. I'm going to get my little knife. And I'm going to do like you guys see all the girls do. Just going to get a little bit on here. I should probably do my ink first, but I don't know if it matters, to be honest. And we're just going to go over this. Make it chippy looking. And again, you can get those birds in our website, on our website. But if you would like to win this, this is going to be a giveaway on Whatnot. So just comment the word Whatnot. And then if you're not signed up for Whatnot, they will give you, if you've never used it before, if you've never signed up, Whatnot will give you a $15 credit to shop at my show. If you've used it before, then you can just find me on there. It's the Old Rusty Shed, just like on my business page. And my show is April 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Whatnot always shows you like your local time. So if you're in Central Time and you bookmark my show, it'll show you 6. And if you bookmark it, the good thing about that is that Whatnot will send you an email when it's about to start. It'll remind you. I think Facebook should take note of that. I'm just like, I know they're supposed to send notifications, but if y'all are like me, I don't even get them half the time. I'm loving this piece of wood, y'all. I'm loving how this is turning out. Oy! And I'm just using Java. Just to make it look like it's been around a while. Our bird's gonna cover up most of this, but we still want some of it to show. think we're good on that. Y'all, my nose is a running. Okay, I'm gonna dry this real quick. I probably have paint on my nose. Okay, just like that. So there's our new piece of wood to make old. Okay. Then this little guy, I'm gonna use my ink, my Tim Holtz ink, if I can find it. Oh, I guess I didn't get it out yet. I thought I had. And I'm gonna go around the edges. And this is ground espresso. We're gonna make a dirty bird. It's gonna be all grungy. Make sure, especially on these edges, like up at the tail and on the beak, that I get them really dark. Then I'm going to take it, when I like how dark the edges are, then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go over it, because I don't want that to be so bright white. I want it to be grungy all the way through. Just like that. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Let's see. I gotta decide. Oh, that's gonna be stinking cute. Stinking cute. Oh, with that little knob on top. This is gonna be so cute, you guys. And I'm hot gluing this knob on. You could always like drill it. I don't have a drill. If you guys have seen me use a drill on here, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And this is going to be propped up with 2 of these. So it's going to be even more like dimensional. Now, here's his wing that I don't think we're going to use, because I really want to hang this big old tag around its neck. I want my tag to say something. And I didn't get any paper, and I don't have stamps, y'all. But I do have a Sharpie. And I think I just want numbers on there. I don't even think I want it to say anything. Okay. So I haven't painted the tag or anything. So here's this. These are available in our shop too. It's a whole bag of different size tags. And I think this is the smallest one I have. Let me look. You get a whole bag of different shapes of tags. I think this is the smallest one. I think. Yes. You just get 2 of these. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. But these are on our website as well. Okay. So I'm going to come around here with my Sharpie. And I'm just doing like faux stitching lines, and I'll show you here in a minute. I used to do this on everything that I scrapbooked back in the day. And I just love it. I love faux stitch lines. I don't want to put tweet. I don't want to put bird. I don't want to put, I don't know what I want to put yet. Part of me wants to put just like a year, because it's going to have a bow right there. I think I'm going to put the year 1802. 1893. That's my favorite year for some reason. All right, I'm going to put 1893 on here. Maybe I could put 1893 Bird Co. And I don't want it to be perfect lettering, and I'm writing with my hands on a Sharpie on a piece of wood. And that's what we're gonna do. 1893. So it's, and I'm sorry it's backwards. Y'all know that Facebook doesn't care. 1893. And I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. I was gonna put Bird Co. on it, but I think I'm just gonna leave that. Now I am gonna grunge it up, so have no fear. We're gonna do the same thing. So this is a Sharpie, so it should be fine. If it smears a little, it's okay. So I'm gonna get my brush, kind of like we did with the top. And I'm just gonna get a lot of water and a little paint. And I'm just gonna go over it. This would probably look pretty with some of Nicole's 24 karat paint, but I don't want anything shiny on it. But it would probably look really pretty. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna leave it for a second, and then I'm just gonna kind of dab it off. I'm gonna do it again. So you see how it has like watermarks on there? So the same, lots of water, a little bit of paint. I really want that top to be grungy. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. We'll do it a couple times. Y'all have heard about layering. Y'all know how. Now we're gonna use other stuff on it, but I want these, I want watermarks on it. And this is MDF wood, so yes, it will let you do watermarks. Okay, just like that. Guys, you can make anything look old. Anything. Okay, now I'm going to take my palette. Well, let me dry it first. I'm going to take my palette knife and kind of go over it as well. I'm trying not to burn my fingers. Okay, I could also do my ink. Let me do my ink first, because that might help it even more. Well, I know it will, but you know, and then I might not have to use the brown at all. I want it so dark up there, just dark. And then a little light, and then dark way down here. Just like that. I like that. And again, if y'all are talking to me, Facebook's not showing me comments. I don't know if I'm in jail or it's just like, we're gonna play this fun game today called Let's Not Show People. It's been happening to all kinds of creators, you guys. Now I'm just going over it with brown paint. Again, emphasizing where I want that grunginess to be. Where somebody's like, whoo, that tag's old. That's an old tag. just like that. It even feels old, y'all, if you touch it. And I'm sorry it's backwards. Again, Facebook just, you know, for whatever reason, they don't think it's important. Okay, and that's going to hang on our bird like that. Oh, that's going to be super cute. Okay. Now, the next thing I need, I want to put some greenery on here. And now that I see how grungy this is, I think this is going to be perfect. Okay. I forgot to get my stuff for my bow, and I'm only using one color. And my nose is running, and I apologize. I don't know why. Every time I go live, my nose is like, oh, hey, let's run. Let's do some exercises. But if you're commenting, hopefully it'll show me on the replay. I'm making this really, really skinny. This is just some fabric I got at Hobby Lobby. It's some type of cotton. But I like it. It's brown and it's pretty. Come on. All right. Oh yeah, that's going to be real pretty. I'm going to take this and I'm going to take this and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to run it through here. It's not 100% coffee stained. Well, coffee stained would be ideal, but I don't have any. But I don't want this to look new either. I want it to look grungy. Y'all, just like that. And you can see all the grungy on it, and it'll be all over my hands too, and that's a-okay. That's a-okay. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to think if I need my bow dabra. Where is my bow dabra? Hold on. Here it is. I was like, I haven't used it in so long, but we are going to use it. And it's going to be a tiny bow, but it's going to be adorable. Let's get our jute. Jute, jute, jute. Okay. I'm going to move this out. Oh. Let's put this away before we all see me spill this all over my desk. Okay. Actually, we are done with this part too. I think so. Yeah, we're done with that part. Okay. Let's, who has a bow dabra? Tell me in the comments who has a bow dabra. If you don't, you can get them, I think, anywhere now. I got mine off of Amazon. If you need a link, just let me know. But I think you can even get them at, somebody said even at Michael's and things like that. So, all right. This is going to be a very small bow, but a very mighty one. Because I want a lot. I want this bird to be like, look at my bow, everybody. Now, I can't do bows like Sarah over at Booksy and Buttons. I try. But I cannot. So it's going to have small loops, but it's going to have a lot of them. I think that's good. If y'all know Sarah over at Booksy and Buttons, she is the Bautista, I forgot what they call her. She makes pretty darn good bows. And I do believe that's a gift from the Lord. I really do. Because as much as I try, there ain't no way. The Lord's like, that is not your talent. But I try. I do try. I try to make cute little bows. That I do. Like I said, this one's going to be small, but it's going to have a lot of loops on it. I got to keep those loops small. Just like that. Okay, all right. And then you just pull up your jute. And yes, I do think a bow dabber helps. I don't think it's necessary, but I think especially if you're learning to do bows or you want to stack bows, I think it does help. So, but I don't think it's 100% necessary because I've seen people make bows. There's so many different ways you can make them. Oh, this guy is going to be so cute. He really is. And then I'm going to leave my jute down here so I have a place to put my tag. Do I have this on? Yes, I do. I do. I have so many cords wound up, you guys. I hope everybody else does when they're crafting. I really do. Okay. That's going to go on there with our big old bow, and it's just going to be so cute. Okay. So next thing I need to do is I need to put these buttons on the back because again, I want this to be raised up. We sell these buttons in my shop, but if I had Jenga blocks or something, I would use those, but you guys, I don't have that kind of stuff. Let's put this in here. That one right there. I don't want it to show too much, I should say. Just like that. Oh, that's gonna be stinking cute. I probably should have waited till I put the bow on for that, but that's okay. So I'm like, it's probably gonna wobble all around. Okay, I want the bow about there. So I'm going to put my tag on, and I usually put it with the jute or whatever I use, but it's usually jute that I use, and I want that tag to sit right in the middle. So I'm going to do it just like this. I'm going to tie me a couple little knots in there. I've only been on for, I've been on for almost an hour, y'all. I don't really know that I want a bow right here, but I'm going to do it for now and see. Well, maybe I do. Just like that. Trying not to cut my bow. Fiddle with this a little bit, but I don't want my bow to go up. Like I don't want the loops to go up. I want them to stay like that, so that way it doesn't cover up that birdie's face. Now I gotta decide where I want that bow. Do I want it down here? See, I think it covers up its face too much if I put it down there. All right, then we're gonna put our hot glue on here. As long as you don't put this outside, it should be fine. Okay, hold on. And then we are gonna put some greenery around it. I just gotta cut it up. And then I'm going to use my glue on here, and I'm going to use hot glue both. And I only have to put it on the buttons because the bird does not touch the bottom, right? But the hot glue will help hold it for now. And then the other glue is what will hold it for a long time. So I gotta make sure I put this on right because y'all know me and hot glue. It's gonna go up just a little because I don't want him, he's a shelf sitter, so I don't want that bird down lower. Oh, this is so stinking cute. Okay, I want this one to be shorter. I don't like my tails to be the same size. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna hold that on there for a few seconds, and then we're gonna put some greenery on here, and then we'll put on our top, and that'll be it, y'all. I got this greenery at Walmart. It's called Boxwood Pick. It's been a while, so, and I haven't really used it. I used my other that I got at Walmart, but I decided today would be the day. And it's dark enough on the side that it doesn't really like clash with it, but we're gonna put some in there. Well, heck, maybe not. And I like to put it, I've been putting it like in between the bow. It gives it a little zhuzh, you know, makes it stand up a little, makes that bow super cute, gives it some dimension. I don't know if that's right, but here at the Old Rusty Shed, we don't do what is exactly right. We do what we want in regards to crafting. We enjoy whatever makes us happy. That's what we do. Uh-oh. I had to put this under there. I think that's good. Let's fix this little bow. And then we will put on our little topper, and that's it. Like I said, if y'all are commenting, I cannot see comments. So Facebook is just having fun. And that's okay. Hopefully it'll show me afterwards. Okay. And then our little top goes on here. Oh, that's adorable. Should I put greenery on that? No. This is what the one I want, the top, right? Yes. And I am gonna hot glue this. Well, that's adorable. I'm gonna hold it there for a second to make sure. Make sure that it's going. Okay, there it goes. All right, friends, there it is. And I'm so sorry that the 1893 is backwards, but I'm not able to flip it on at all. So there it is. I think it turned out so stinking cute. And the back is just plain green with a little bit of wax on there. But this will be available in my giveaway, on Whatnot. So if you've never been on Whatnot, it's an auction site, and all of my finished goods will be sold on there. If you've never signed up for Whatnot before, if you comment the word Whatnot, I can send you a link and they will give you $15 to be able to spend at my show. If you're already on Whatnot or you've claimed that before through me or somebody else, then just go to my page, The Old Rusty Shed, on there, and you'll see the show for April 10th at 7 p.m. And then there's like a little ribbon like up here. You just bookmark it. That way you won't forget, and they will send you an email about 30 minutes to an hour before my show starts. So, all right, friends, and this will be one of the giveaways. I have 2 giveaways, and this is one of them on there. So, all right, friends, I'm going to hop off of here. I love you all. Again, these birds and the little tags are available in our shop on theoldrustyshed.com. You can snag those. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Be blessed, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.